Okay, welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the break and had a chance to recharge.
Yes, welcome back, everyone. But before we move on, we'd like to hear from you, anyone, about how are you feeling after the morning presentations, your thoughts, or maybe some reflection you'd like to share. Anyone?
Anyone
Yes.
want to share their
Yes.
thoughts
For
or
the committee, please
reflections?
help us to share the screen.
Okay, please raise hand if you want to share your thoughts or probably some comments about this
Yeah,
morning
about the
presentations.
morning presentations.
Yeah, raise your hand.
Okay,
Let's go.
maybe would
Let's go.
like to call for the committee. Please help to share the screen about anyone. Want to share their thoughts?
Yeah. Or maybe if you don't want to raise your hand, you can type your reflections on the comment.
Okay, we would like to. Okay, it's
Insightful,
so
yeah.
insightful.
Okay. Go, chat your
Yeah, you can share your
thoughts
thoughts
in the
to
chat
the
room.
chat room at the Zoom meeting.
Let's
Anyone?
go.
Okay, so insightful.
So
Anyone?
insightful. Anyone? Raise your hand.
May you can share it by raise your hand and turn on your microphone.
Or probably
Okay.
type something. Okay. Maybe we can
Pick
point
someone,
someone.
eh?
Yeah. We can pick
Okay.
someone to share their thoughts. Or does anyone want to raise their hand first before we pick someone?
Yeah, before we pick. Okay, so we already have screen in here, so we are about to pick someone to share their thoughts. Okay.
Who do you want to pick, Bill?
How about Lintang Afifats?
Lintang Afifat,
Lintang Afifats, are you there?
are you here with us?
Oh,
No?
okay.
Okay, maybe anyone else?
Anyone else? Okay, maybe someone who turned on the camera. Commented, please go back to the first. Yeah, okay. Okay, we got here Miss Yonisha Putri. Would you like to share some thoughts about this event, about today, especially the morning presentation? You can turn on your microphone.
Okay.
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 It seems like
So, yes,
there's no one.
who wants to share their thoughts? They're
Okay.
probably speechless about this event, right?
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Okay.
So let's just keep going on to the next agenda.
Yes. Okay, so now to keep the energy and the excitement going, we have a special musical performance prepared for you. We'll be sharing a video of a talented violinist performing traditional Indonesian folk song, beautifully capturing the spirit and culture of our nation.
Yes, this performance is sure to add a unique touch to our event, blending the elegance of the violin with the richness of Indonesia's musical heritage. So please sit back and enjoy as we present Kartika Eka Putri and Janet Miduk Lady Nababan's performance.
Thank you so much, Kartika and Janet, for the super amazing performance. So we hope everyone enjoyed this musical journey through Indonesian music.
That's right. Next, we have our second plenary session featuring keynote speeches by Dr. Insinyur Siti Amanah MSc and Dr. Korakit Chungran. The session will be led by our moderator, Dr. Alfian Helmi.
On behalf of the committee, we sincerely apologize for the technical have Dr. Stella for joining us today. However, we have an outstanding speaker prepared for plenary session 2 today. Before we begin, let's watch a brief profile of our honored moderator and keynote speakers. Okay, now, so we actually want to hand over the session to our moderator, Dr. Alfian Helmi. Dr. Alfian Helmi, the time
Session
is
is
yours.
Okay, thank you, Master of Ceremony. Yes, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone, and I hope you can enjoy with these sessions. And I think I have privilege for moderating these sessions. This is the second sessions that we already organized by the community. But I think it is interesting topics that will be delivered by two scholars from Southeast Asia. Yeah, the first is Dr. Korakit Chomkran. I'm sorry if I'm wrong to spelling this your name.
It is correct.
Oh, okay, thank you. And then the second presenter will be Ibu Dr. Insinyur Siti Amanah from IPB University. Assalamualaikum, Bu. How are you?
Salam Pak Helmi, Dr. Helmi.
Okay, thank you, Bu Amanah. And before we start, I would like to introduce both of them. Yeah, Dr. Korakit is a Vice Dean for International Affairs and Education Quality Assurance at Karsasat University, Thailand. And his doctoral research is about Silpakorn University, concentrated on architectural heritage management and tourism. I think it is interesting topics for tourism management, especially in Thailand. Yeah. And Dr. Siti Amanah is an associate professor and become professor of Extension, Education and Development Communication at the Department of Communication and Community Development Sciences in Faculty of Human Ecology, IPB University. And before we start, I would like to inform you, both of you maybe will be present around 20 minutes, yeah. And then after that, we move to the discussion sessions. And without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Korakit Chomkran from Karsasat University to present his research. So the session is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Helmi, and Selamat sore, everyone over there, and good afternoon, Sawadee krab. Okay, this is Thai culture that we greet each other in the afternoon. It is my great honor to be here as well, you call me a keynote speaker, but actually I just would like to share with you what I have and what I learned, and it could be possibly a lesson or a model for you to share with your students and to use for the community development in a very near future. And I am very delighted to join the 5th International Conference on Rural Socio-economic and Transformations. And of course, and thank you very much for your nice introduction of my background. And yes, I am working on the heritage studies. So my presentation would be more or less related to how we apply a concept of heritage studies to develop the community with a case study from Thailand. Okay. And I have only 20 minutes. So you will be watching the Fast and Furious 11 for sure. Okay, but I try to slow down my speed. So I would like to share my slide, please.
Committee, can you share the slide?
Yes. Okay. So thank you very much. I'm sharing my slide here. So I hope that all of you could be able to see the slide on the screen. And as I mentioned, my background is history and Southeast Asian study, particularly cultural heritage studies. So I would like to talk and point out that how can we apply a concept of heritage value and how to use it to promote the community. And of course, a case study from Thailand. Okay. And of course, we are in the area of the community development. So the first slide, I would like to briefly talk about a concept of primary and secondary destination. Okay. There are a lot of definitions from different scholars across the globe, and I try to summarize and make it brief to be more understandable. When we talk about primary destinations, okay, most of us will think about where you would like to go first in your destination. Okay, so it refers to heritage assets that will draw tourists to the destination in their own right, and the attractions are usually spectacular or outstanding. Okay, but when we talk about secondary destination, it will only appeal to tourists when the tourists are at a destination, or tourists are examining the options for the best use of their time. So it means that the secondary destination is not a main purpose of the visit, but it could be a choice for the tourists when they arrive at a destination. Okay, so these are the two definitions of the primary and secondary destination. And of course, I would like to elaborate more. When talking about the primary and secondary destination, you may have a question in your mind: how could we judge or assign a primary or a secondary status to a destination? Okay, so I would like to show you a photo on the screen. You might probably know that this is the Grand Palace in the city of Bangkok, together with the Emerald Buddha Temple. Okay, most of the tourists know this place as a primary destination, and it is a must for tourists who visit Bangkok. Will probably visit this temple and the Grand Palace. Okay, so what I would like to mean here is that we generally perceive that the primary destination contains high value or higher value than other places. And it also reflects the nation's identity or a symbol of a country. Okay, so when thinking about Thailand, you may probably think of the temple, the palace. So this is a high value of the places. And of course, when we would like to talk about the value of the place, and when we would like to assign which place has higher value than other places, we normally talk about the four types of value, including aesthetic value, historic value, scientific value, and social value. Okay, and we could divide roughly into two types of the site that are assigned status of the World Heritage. Okay, we could be divided into World Heritage sites and World Intangible Cultural Heritage sites. Okay, so both of the heritage sites are supposed to have what we call outstanding universal value. okay, which mean the majority groups of people in the country agree upon this fact that this place is a symbol of the country and it belongs to the world. It has outstanding universal value. And we submit the document to the UNESCO, and the committee will spend some time reviewing the document and try to identify the outstanding universal value and then give the emblem of World Heritage Sites. Okay. There are many World Heritage Sites, both nature and culture in Southeast Asia. And of course, there are some world intangible cultural heritage as well in Southeast Asia. Okay, let me give you some example. Just like in Singapore, they have hawker culture as a world intangible cultural heritage. Okay, in Thailand, we have Sukhothai Historical Park, Ayutthaya Historical Park, as a World Heritage Site, and also in Indonesia, you have Borobudur as a World Heritage Site, and you have many more, okay, which I could be able to mention within time frame. However, the key point that we would like to think about is a term value, okay? According to our scholar, okay, he posed a very important question: whose values are we addressing and whose heritage is it? Which means that a place itself has no meaning, has no value, but the people in the society attach the value to the place, attach the value to the object. So it's fuel the fire of heritage. Okay, this is the meaning of the value. So I would like to emphasize here again that value, it's not naturally created, but it is an arbitrary human creation. Okay, it's arbitrary human creation. And if we move back to primary and secondary destination, of course, a place that could be regarded as a primary destination would have significant value to the majority groups of people in the country. But the secondary destination would contain a value that might be of minority groups of people or might not be as important as the primary one. Okay, so that's why we divided into two types, the primary and secondary, by using a value people attach to the place or to the site. But I would like to emphasize here again that the value is not naturally created. It is because of us. We assign the value to the place. And you may probably have another question. How do we assign a value to a place? We assign a value to the place in case of the primary destination by what we call 3 Ps: prince, press, and politicians. Okay, those any places that are related to the prince, the press, and the politicians will be regarded as very, very extremely significant and important, because those 3 groups of people in the former time rule a country or rule the kingdom. Okay, the ordinary people might not be able to stand or to have a spotlight on it. They just, being suppressed by those groups of people. So that's why when a government would like to identify which place could be primary destination, the place should be related to prince, press, and politicians. Okay, this is what I mean by the primary destinations and the high value of the place. However, if we would like to apply a concept of the heritage study, and we would like to identify whether the place is secondary or primary, okay, we could be able to bring a concept of associate heritage value to be used in two ways in case of secondary destination, let alone the primary destination. Okay, because we have a lot of primary destinations in either Thailand or Indonesia. Okay, but if we would like to make another place to be a tourist destination, and the tourist destinations of the secondary place could be able to be part of the community development. Okay, first of all, we need to identify a value of the secondary destinations. Okay, when we successfully identify the value of secondary destination, a second way is that we should be able to connect the value of the secondary destination to a primary destination. We need to link between the primary and secondary destinations. Okay, if I could go back to my first slide, okay, you would be able to see that the primary destination is there, but the secondary destination is a choice of the tourist once a tourist come into a destination, which means that if we are able to identify the significance of the secondary destination in relation to the primary destination, okay, it will broaden the understanding of the tourist toward the place in general, okay, and it might help the community in a secondary destination to gain benefit from the tourism industry as well through many activities that they could be able to organize, which I will be showing you later on. Okay, so this is a concept. So it will be very brief. I'm sorry. Okay, and now I will spend the rest of the time talking about how we apply a concept of primary and secondary destination in case of the Thai village along Chao Phraya River. Okay, and this is part of the map of Nonthaburi, a province which is not very far from Bangkok. Okay, so most Nonthaburi is very famous for Kok Gret here on your left-hand side. You see the island here. This is an artificial island, has been made like 100 years ago. We call Kok Gret or Gret Island. This is Gret Island, okay? So most of the tourists, when they visit Pak Gret, they normally go directly to Kok Gret. And people in Kok Gret gain a lot of benefits from selling products, from activities that they could organize to the tourists. But people who live far, far away from Kok Gret along the Chao Phraya River up north like this, okay, they never ever gain any benefits. Some of them live in a poverty situation, okay, they are not as wealthy as people who live in Kok Gret. And my idea is that how we could disseminate the benefit we gain from the tourism industry to the people along Chao Phraya River, okay? And the community that I select is in the red circle here, we call Balao community. Balao community on the right-hand side of the Chao Phraya River. The distance between Kok Gret to the area of my city is just like 2 or 3 kilometers only, okay? But none of tourists visit this place because this place has never ever been promoted by the local government. And this place is not known for any kind of value, okay? And because the local government never ever make a connection between the primary destination and other places outside Kok Gret. This is a big problem, okay? And my question is how we could identify the value of the secondary destinations and what are the benefits that we could gain if we can identify the value of the Banlao community and promote it as a tourism destination to attract tourists who are at Kok Gret or primary destination to spend a few hours at a secondary destinations. Okay. And according to my observation and my studies, Kok Gret, it's a place where Mon ethnicity groups of people live. This is quite outstanding. Okay. And the other part outside Kok Gret, we could observe a groups of Mon ethnicity living along Chao Phraya River as well, but no one mentioned this. So it's mean that people who live outside Kok Gret also inherit tradition, cultures, and activities from their previous generations. And of course, they apply, adapt, and adjust themselves, just like people who live in Great Island or Kok Gret. Okay. And of course, I have seen a very strong sense of place, which means people who live along Chao Phraya River really attach themselves within the landscape of the place. They never ever moved out from their own area. Although sometimes we have severe flooding, just like you may see from the news that the water level in Chao Phraya River was very high recently, but people who live along Chao Phraya River never ever moved out because they have a very strong sense of place. Okay, and we can see the kinship relationships of people in the area is very strong and very tight. And of course, to be able to live in the modern world, they try to blend the traditional way of living with new technologies, where I will be showing you in the slides. Okay, and these 4 photos. Okay, you see the green plants in the river. I think it's quite famous in Indonesia as well. You call kangkung or something like this. I couldn't remember the term correctly. Okay, but in Thai we say pak bung. It's quite similar to kangkung. Okay, and it has been cultivated a lot along Chao Phraya River by a group of people who live outside Kok Gret. Okay, and you could see the traditional house of people they built on the pole in order to avoid the floods. Okay, and you could see this kind of phenomenon along Chao Phraya River, okay, which is really beautiful. If you have a chance to visit Thailand, I would be your guide to take you to this kind of place. Okay, so and this photo, okay, you could see when the water come up, you could see the sunset. Okay, so tourists who travel from Kok Gret down there, who take a boat, okay, along Chao Phraya River after they learn that in Kok Gret contains the major groups of Mon ethnic cities through Chao Phraya River, and they could see, a green ambience along the river, and they could be able to participate in activities provided by local community as well. And will be the last slide. Okay, when we connect the value of primary and secondary destinations, the next step is how could we provide benefits to local community? We could design a lot of activities. For example, we could allow them to row a boat and pick up kangkung or, pak bung or the morning glory. And of course, the story should be told in order to provide more understanding for tourists about the significance of the place in relation to the primary destination. Last but not least, it is extremely important. We should engage local people to participate in all stages of tourism development and tourism plan. Otherwise, it would be only top down. Okay, we need to be bottom up. We need to involve local people to get into planning and doing activities together with the tour company maybe or the local government. And this is the end of my slides, and it is the end of my presentation. With the photo, when the water goes down, you could see the mud and the green ambience of the morning glory, and you could see the sunset over there. Thank you very much. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Chomkran, for your interesting presentations. Yeah, I highlight that you explore about the classifications of and significance of cultural heritage. Yeah, using the distinguish between primary destination and secondary destinations, and how the importance of cultural heritage with the cultural or community value. Yeah, how they attach to their culture, their place, and the other cultural identity, yeah, for the community. Really interesting. And everyone, if you have like comments, questions, or anything for the discussions, please, you can give your thought in chat box, and then I will or in the other after the all the presenter has been finished, you can also open your mic to give your questions or raise your comments. Okay, I will move to the next presenter, Ibu Dr. Siti Amana. Ya, Bu Amana, are you ready? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Bu Amana, time is yours.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Helmi, Alpian Helmi. May I share screen? Have you seen my slide?
Yes.
Okay. I will.
Full screen, yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Helmi, and also the committee who invite me to share one of the case study that we conducted 2 years ago up to 2023. The research team consists of colleagues from the Philippines and also from Indonesia and from diverse organizations. So the title of this presentation here is about contemporary digital innovations in agricultural extension with the two cases study in Indonesia and also in the Philippines. So I am from IPB, from Department of Communication and Community Development Sciences that Dr. Helmi also has introduced myself. Okay, as an introduction, in Southeast Asia, we have around 70 million smallholder farmers that dominates our agriculture, and they have very limited access to knowledge and information on new farming practices and market. Increasingly, digital apps are being used to reach more farmers actually. However, more information is needed to learn its impact. So digital transformation in extension advisory services is very essential to assist small farmers and others to find solutions toward a resilient and sustainable agri-food system. So the study was conducted to learn how this contemporary digital innovation in RUS work. RUS stands for Rural Advisory Services, and how the digital transformation can be developed in the future, because we understand that there are so many aspects that need to be overcome in relation to provide more access and service to the user. So this is a kind of an overview to extension and advisory services. That extension and advisory services actually a process to improve the situation. So if the extension and advisory services can effectively facilitate the change, so we need three domain in allowing this kind of strategy to promote the situation of the farmers, not only farmer, but also fishery and also a female farmer and those who require to develop their capacity. The first domain is knowledge and education, where research institution, also ourselves from the university, also the non-government organization or civil society organizations can also produce knowledge to improve or broaden the knowledge of the community. The second, we need also business and enterprise. And the third, we need how between the domain A and domain B can be connected. So we can also promote or make the producer meet the market. So sometimes this connectivity is weak, so we need to overcome that. And digital transformation, digital platform can assist that. So Bowden et al. In 1984, long ago, has explained that extension has specific role to improve the situation with good impact, not only in socio-economic perturbation, but also in cultural and also in evolutionary force. So including also improve the agro-ecosystem through natural perturbation. So in input, we have some kind of manpower, machine, fertilizers, also some of the seed that can be produced by local community. However, we need management as a subsystem and innovation in terms of digital platform, also as innovation to accelerate the change. Long ago in 2000, Food and Agricultural Organization, together with World Bank, has introduced AKIS. AKIS, or AKIS, stand for Agriculture Knowledge Information System. Long ago, this is a triangle connecting between farmers, researchers, and also the government. But however, in the progress of the development, the AKIS cannot work because we need some kind of not just about connectivity, but also several agents should involve. For example, in 2021, the Orijo AMS introduced to us that there are so many what we call it network, yeah, between farmers and others institution. We can see here there are at least more than more than 8 institutions. So if we identify, farmer can connect it with independent consultant, with private advisors, with other institutions, also with other farmers, and also with the media. We are now in the development of the information and technology was so fast, has so fast influenced the change. So given that situation, if we review this histogram, we see that population using the internet in urban and rural areas vary from country to country, from continent to continent. If we see here in the histogram, Africa as a continent is the weakest or the smallest, yeah, the smallest percentage population that use the internet, and the highest is in Europe and America. So this study concentrate on Asia, and we choose Indonesia and the Philippines as the locus for the study. And the reason why we selected the two case study, because we set the criteria when selected the study. So the method that we use to define or to choose the digital platform to be learned are like this. The number of the user, at least 20,000 users active in the country, and the platform of the digital innovation actively service smallholder farmer and also other user, and data and information sources available and or accessible that we can access the data, and also the key information can be reached by us. Before that, we successfully identified 16 applications from the Ministry of Agriculture, for example, have the program called 1 million, 1 million extension and user can be reached by the application. And also from Mersicop, Cyber Extension, Jurutani, Ecosys, MyAgri, and also IPB has also what we call it, application called Digitani app. But because the criteria we set at least 20,000, then we've selected MyAgri and rice crop manager advisory service in the Philippines. So the standard of the process that we walked through previously, like this, yeah. Identify the digital platform through website, through agency, document, and also through university repository, research and extension agency. And then we analyze the result from the identification and discuss within the team. And after that, we also collected the secondary data from related sources. After that, we also interview the case stakeholder, including from Wageningen University Research. And we then verification, did some kind of verification and triangulation to validate the data and information. And also we talked with the GIZ and also GFRAS whether we were in the right track, and then we follow with data analysis and synthesis, and also we share our finding in various forum, including with the Pasal University, also with the Gajah Mada University, also with the FAO and some of the colleagues in the different institutions. So the cases that we selected and also we share with you in MyAgri and Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service in the Philippines. For MyAgri is a component of the vegetable impact project actually in the firstly like that. And then this application can be download or installed through our mobile phone. And at the time we did the research, or we conducted the research, the user were more than 50,000 users. And the focus of the service provided by the MyAgri is about good agricultural practices in vegetable farming, including seed variety, disease, pest control, and fertilizer, because the extensionists in the field require advice about precise formula for the fertilizer, whether organic or also chemical, to prevent from the what we call accumulation of the use of chemicals, something like that. So the development partners of this app is Ministry of Agriculture and Wageningen University. It was free of charge and established in 2014. And this from our colleagues in Polbangtan Yoma contribute to a kind of application maps. So we can see here that MyAgri has a feature like cultivation, cultivation, and then also calculate fertilizer, identification and control of the pest and disease. Also, this kind of the what we call it, setting of the software in the apps. And then MyAgri has also featured to make interaction forum between expert and the user, also connected with the WhatsApp. So we can join the WhatsApp group and discuss with the member and also with the expert. This application also consists item or feature prices for vegetable and also about weather information very important for farmer. Okay, and MyAgri has received award in 2018 from European Union and in 2023 from West Java province as the apps that won a runner-up position as a very innovation solution. But the weaknesses of this My Agri, in the website, there was an issue of lack of update. But in the mobile phone apps, this application is still up to date. So this is a kind of output from end people that we use to figure out the word that frequently uh, said by the farmer as the user. So we can see here that My Agri provide information about vegetable crop, also pesticide, and how to control the pest and the disease that attack the vegetable plants or the crops like that. And what do users say about My Agri? The features are actually interesting and relevant to the need of the user. The content is also easy to understand and adopted by the user. And also learning, we can learn how to plant the vegetable with video because this application has the video feature, and also information about input for plantation. And this kind of contribution made by the apps after the farmer or the user use the apps. If we see here, this pie chart based on the short survey that we conducted to collect the information from the user, mostly the increase in income received by the user after using the apps more than 3 million up to 5 million rupiah, and the others we see that about less than 7% increase, less than 500,000 rupiah. So it's also interesting to learn that the apps can contribute to increase the income. And the impact of NC based on in-depth interview with the sponsor from the Wageningen University and research in Netherlands. So because there is a change in institutional aspect between Ministry of Agriculture and BRIN, we know that the research agency in all of the ministry in Indonesia, some of the researcher moved to BRIN Agency for Research and Innovation. So because of the senior researcher moved to BRIN, then My Agri, who actually developed by the senior researcher, become decrease in the expert that know to manage My Agri. So to help improve the situation, the government must step in to develop and maintain this app. So the user propose also that they need the feature of additional aspect, especially about product marketing, to make easier for them to sell the product to the market. So I will shortly explain the second apps, which is from the Philippines. So the name of the apps is Rice Crop Manager Advisory Services. Previously, the app's name as Rice Crop Manager, but then transformed into a new name, Rice Crop Manager Advisory Service, and we cooperate with Philiasnet. Philiasnet is the Philippine Extension and Advisory Service Network to conduct this kind of study. So a bit similar to My Agri, but different commodity. So this app focus on rice and developed by IRI, International Rice Research Institute, Department of Agriculture or Field Rice. The targeted user, crop advisor, input provider, Department of Agriculture, and also extensionists and farmer leader who interview the farmer. So meaning the farmer leader, like in Indonesia, we know contact tani. And this app fully funded by the government, whilst the My Agri cooperated between the government and Wageningen University Research. So this app provide direct service to farmer in the form of local government unit of agricultural extension worker. Or in Indonesia, we know the name of this is BPP, Balai Penyuluhan Pertanian. And also the apps has been delivered by farmer leader who interview the farmers. And the core group in RCMAS, including this kind of RCM project team leader, field implementer, farmer beneficiary, and various stakeholder, including state university and college. And why farmer use this app? Because this app provide a kind of what we call it solution to decrease in fertilizer costs, and also by the use of the apps, the farmer receive benefit in terms of increased production and income, and also they can get free seed, fertilizer, and techno demo input. And also the farmer who participate to use this app they receive advisory done through SMS or text message that not require much time. And the impact that colleagues has learned about the use of what we call it HMS, yield and income increase. However, only 29% of the farmers follow recommendation of the use of fertilizer, while the others follow the increase the time of use of the nitrogen. And reason for adopting part of the recommendation, not all of the recommendation adopted by the farmer, is that they still use RCM as a decision-making tool, and they're reluctant to adopt the recommendation because they still need to access to loan. So it is a dependency with the loan provider. They still have a loan to tuan tanah kalau di Indonesia, atau juragan begitu. So still in the connected with them, so they need to what we call it still in the dependency in that. And also they don't have enough sufficient fund to buy the recommended fertilizer by the apps. So who actually received the RCM recommendation will add benefit at least 6,000 peso Philippine per hectare. The benefit in the term of the money, yeah, about 6,000 Filipino peso per season. Insight from the two cases that we learned that digital agriculture extension offer great potential actually, yeah, to assist farmer, extension worker, and other user by providing farmer with access to up-to-date information, including on-farm and off-farm solution, and also weather forecast. However, the app should develop user-centered design that easy to follow, and also require software development, because if we don't upgrade the software development, then sometimes cause trouble like hang or not work anymore, something like that. And to make the apps update and also provide service, we need a kind of partnership and collaboration, and also investment, because we need to maintain the apps, also the people who update and provide a solution, something like that. We need governance and leadership, in addition to sustainability and institutionalization. As a conclusion, both of the apps are the types of application developed by public domain research institutes in cooperation with funding institutions. And the primary user of digital innovation are extensionists and young farmer. We know why young farmer. However, the main challenges for maintaining the services are technical and non-technical aspect. The technical aspect consists of infrastructure and digital program development, and non-technical aspect including motivation and skill in digital technology. So we need a kind of training and courses to develop this digital skill. And the government should take care of the agricultural extension using digital platform to be able to provide services continuously. And we, as a researcher, as a teacher, as a student, should understand the learning style and the reason why the user use digital platform that can improve our facilitation, our community development, and also agricultural extension. So investment in digital innovation can provide more option for agricultural solution. Thank you very much for your attention. And I also would like to acknowledge Jifras, GIZ, Rasea, colleague from the Philippine Extension Agriculture Network, and all contributors to the study, and also to all of you that has pay attention to this presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Siti Amana, for your presentations. There is really interesting topics that were already mentioned by both presenter. Yeah, both presentation underscore the value of community focused initiative. Yeah, Dr. Kid already mentioned about the cultural value, heritage, and so on and so forth. And then Dr. Siti Ahmad about the importance of digital innovations and then collaborations, modern tools in promoting rural transformations in the Southeast Asia. I think this is a really interesting topic here for our sessions. So this is we move to the next agenda, the discussions. If anyone wants to comment, please raise your hand. And then also I have I see in the chat box also already two questions, yeah, for Dr. Korakit. Is there a leadership role needed in developing communities to improve the welfare of local residents around the tourist destinations? You can directly answer from Nadira Aisyah Putri. And then for Dr. Siti Amana, I wonder how do you triangulate the data between two different countries, because you research in Indonesia and in Philippines, yeah. And then how much is the funding to create the two systems? I don't know, maybe it is secret or not, but you can directly address these questions. So the first opportunity, I would like to invite Dr. Chomgran, yeah, for addressing the first questions. So
Okay, thank you very much. And it is quite interesting question. And of course, according to my experience and according to many studies, when we work with the community, of course, we need to engage people into from the community to generate or to help develop the community to be in a better way. And one way that we need to get a leader of the community who is able to compromise the benefit of the community and the benefits that the community will gain from the tourism development. Okay, to make it short, the leadership role is very significant, and that person should think of the authentic value of the community and how to promote and communicate it to the investor or the different stakeholders particularly from the government section, from the private section. Okay, so if the leader is not very honest and think of only their own benefit, it will ruin the authenticity of the community. And of course, people in the community may probably get a very short-term benefit, but in the long term, they will lose their cultural root, okay? And the culture of the community would be commercialized, which is not very good, as we know each other that commercialized culture is not very good and it is not very sustainable. This my first response to the question. Yeah.
No, okay. Okay, thank you so much for your response. And I think the other questions from Nurul Amira here. So you can directly address, but I have to move to Ibu Dr. Siti Amana to address the questions from Dr. Zanisa.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zanisa. I try to answer through chat, but I haven't finished. Hasn't finished. I haven't finished to answer through the chat. So your question is how I, with the team, triangulate the data between the two countries. Each country has specific apps and different also the commodity that addressed by the apps. For example, my agri focus on horticulture crops like vegetable, also including chili, bayam, kangkung, kangkung, the same with Thailand. And we met with the key stakeholder, key informant, including the developer, the founder, and also the sponsor. So we try to receive different perspective from different actor, Dr. Zanisa, for my agri, and we then figure out what's key message deliver by each stakeholder, by each key informant. For example, for my agri, for the sponsor, very urgent or very urg the Ministry of Agriculture step in and provide more funding to my agri, and also invite more developer, not just from UP, because Erlangga has the developer of my agri as a lecturer also in UP, University Pendidikan Indonesia. So invite more developer and more expert to participate to develop the apps. And from the perspective of Erlangga, they try to a kind of open advertisement from Google, but not much maybe from the app insert in the apps. And from Mr. Mukasan as the founder of the apps, expect there are experts to be assigned as not admin, but those who ready to answer the question asked by the user, something like that. That's for my agri. So on the other hand, for the rice manager advisory services from the Philippines, the issue is about, the poor farmer or small scale farmer in the Philippines also, what we call it, like in Indonesia, the 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 ownership of the land not as big as in Australia, not as big as in Malaysia. So there are mirip relatively similar with Indonesia, So the issue they found in the Philippines is that digital literacy of the small farmer is low, and also electricity. The Philippines has just attacked by the typhoon, frequently attacked by the typhoon. So infrastructure like electricity, also the internet is vulnerable vulnerable to drop or to opt a blackout, something like that. There's an issue in the Philippines like that. So there is a kind of see that there is a kind of challenge found in Indonesia and also in the Philippines and require specific action. We cannot be able to generate what we call it, make a generation between the different apps. So I think I hope it's addressed your question. And the second question is about money, funding. Yeah, funding. My agree is just small project, part of the big project. In fact, vegetable impact, collaboration between Ministry of Indonesia, Ministry of Agriculture Indonesia, and European Union through WUR, Wageningen University Research. So the donor is from European Union. So big, very big, more than, I forgot the number, but more than three. Big,
It's
very big actually. So, and so this, my agree, is just small part of the
yeah.
project. And RCMAS, we also have that in Indonesia, rice manager, and not as big as my agri, I think, but the government has invest also in the Philippines to the RCMAS. That's all, Dr. Dr. Helmi, and also Dr. Zanisa. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bu Amana. So we move to the next session for the questions. There is still clarification from Bu Zanisa. So this triangulation within or not and not between. I think Bu Amana maybe can directly respond to the chat. And from Nurul Amira, I'm interested in the theoretical concept of cultural heritage studies, yeah, heritage value, and how it can help promote the community. So this question is for Dr. Korakit. How can new technologies be sensitively integrated with the cultural heritage to respect traditional lifestyle while attracting the tourists? Can technology inadvertently dilute the cultural authenticity, and if so, how can the risk be addressed? Yeah, I think it is really interesting questions because the how we can balance the need the conserve cultural heritage with the amount of tourism commercializations, how the local community get the benefit from this heritage. It is also a question. Okay, Dr. Korakit, yeah, you can directly answer your the questions.
Okay, well, just like Dr. Helmi mentioned, this question is quite important and very important and very significant for us as a scholar who try to improve the community, but we need to balance the impact from the technologies and how we conserve and preserve the traditional way of living. What I would like to mention is that when organizing a tourism activities for the tourists who might be able to visit the community, we need to control a number of the tourists, or we need to control the activities that might have a negative impact to the cultural traditions or traditional practice. For example, a number of tourists who could visit the place should be not more than 50 or 60 and should be divided in subgroups, for example. And of course, as I mentioned, we need a strong leader who could guide the way of the local people to be widely known and to be promoted in relation to their authenticity and together with how they blend themselves into new technologies. Apart from the technologies, we could use the technologies in a positive way as well. we could promote the culture of the people through social media, for example, Instagram, X, or Facebook, and etc. and etc. Just like the way Dr. Siti mentioned about her projects into country. And of course, one way, and this is very crucial to answer, is that the people community may think that if their own culture is preserved and they will not get a benefit as equal as the tourists, the local government should provide more opportunities to the local tourists because they generate income within the community. For example, we should provide a good education to the tourists, or we should to the local people, sorry, or we should provide a healthcare system, or we should provide some benefits to the local people in the community in order to balance. Okay, you are not really obligated to preserve your own way of living, but your own way of living is quite significant for our province to promote and to gain more income from the tourists. We need to explain to the local community about this. This is my precise reaction to the question.
Okay. Okay, thank you. But there is still challenges, yeah, how to
Correct.
to measure the impact of tourism to
That's
the heritage or so on. Okay, I see the Yani Taufik raise the hand. Bu Yani or Payani.
I'm Pak Yani, Pak Alfian. I'm
Okay.
from.
Payani.
Did you hear my voice clear?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. I'm from Southeast Sulawesi, Aloole University. I want to discuss this problem with probably Ibu Siti Amanah. Yeah, Ibu, as we know together that after the New Order era, the government attention to agricultural extension officer become decreased since the Reformation era, I think, or in the last decade. In terms of financial support and also policy, this hampering agricultural extension officer to take wider farmer to engage in their activity because there is very limited financial support also policy from the government, as well as many scholar or government official also try to suggest to make or to develop counterpart with private sector. But there is, I see, still limited policy for the agricultural extension officer to guide them to make MOU or counterpart with the big company, for example. And also I think generally in Eastern Indonesia, if we want to promote digital support for make extension program, is also still many area do not have supporting to develop digital extension program such as signal from the internet, for example. So this is a range of problem that hampering develop agricultural extension program and also transform the village in Eastern Indonesia area. I think that's all. Thank you very much, Ibu Amanah and Bapak Alfian Helmi.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is really interesting questions, I think, yeah, because the dynamics of the agricultural extensions within the decades is really, yeah, some up and then down, and yeah, maybe Bu Amanah will respond, yeah, this question.
Okay, thank you, Pak Yani, from Southeast Sulawesi. Yeah, So what is the question? The issue. Pak Yani describe the situation.
The situation now is
Uh,
is basically different
yes.
between in New Order era. Now, attention from the government to agricultural extension as the sphere of agricultural development now very limited in the, particularly in the last decade. So
Okay.
there is no guideline now for
Yeah.
many of agricultural
Okay.
extension. So many
Understood.
scholars as well as the government official always or sometimes suggest that try to make a counterparty private sector, but there is
Yeah.
no policy support from
Yes.
the government to
Okay.
guide them.
Yeah, I got the point.
Okay.
So, Bapak Yani, in on the on the 3rd or 4th of June, I was invited by National Commission for Extension, Agricultural Extension. So I think this is a new hope, yeah, new hope from the National Commission of Agricultural Extension, who is led by Professor Bustanul Arifin from Unila, which is also a graduate from IPB, yeah, Bustanul Arifin. So there is a strategic national FGD conducted on 4th of June to provide recommendation and policy 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 input to new president, because in this FGD attended by the special staff for the president, for the new president, yeah, and also attended by the parliament, what we call it, senator, parliament, yeah, parliament from DPR. So our recommendation is that the title of the meeting is mau dibawa kemana penyuluhan. So what in English for mau dibawa kemana? Where we will go, where the extension go. So we provide some of the input to the meeting, which is then synthesized to be the policy. The first is strengthen the extension system, yeah, not only in local, but also in every level of the hierarchical should be strengthened, and then the all of the public extension worker should be uh, get back to national government, but the assignment for the public extension worker can be delivered to all location of Indonesia. You got what I mean? So at this time, there is a diversity in plotting the extension from different ministry. For example, for fishery extension, public fishery extension, the all of the fishery extension officer are under Ministry of Fishery and Marine. And for agricultural extension worker are plotted in the agency of the agriculture, agency of food security, something like that. So under the local government. So in I haven't got many information from forestry extension, but similar with the other. So there is different that you said before, different, too many variety. So the consensus that we developed in the meeting of 4th of June, so all of the public extension worker can be posted through the national government, but the the location of them or wilayah kerja can be assigned to all of the Indonesia, all of the Indonesia, whether in the province or in the village, and also in the regency or district. And then Pak Yani, according to the law number 16, 26, 2006, the extension not just from the public, but also from swadaya. So I also involved in the project from RDA Korea and also 15 country in Asia and from Indonesia represented by BSIP. So one solution is that to strengthen pos penyuluhan desa. Habis waktunya ya.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Pos penyuluhan desa diperkuat. Local extension unit in the village. So the local government should invest also there. So in response to the limited internet, not just about we depend on the digital, Pak Ferry, Pak Helmi, and also Pak Yani. So there are so many kind of tool can be developed, including video. Video, if we download it from YouTube or from other source, then we can bring the video through the WA, through WhatsApp, through any tool. Then we can bring our laptop and also LCD to the village. So don't just depend on internet. So there are so many tools. Also photovoltaic and so many comics, something like that. So don't worry, we don't just depend on the internet. Okay, thank you very much. Sorry too long.
Thank you, Ibu Amanah,
Yes,
for
you're welcome. My pleasure.
enlightenment and information. Hopefully, in the future, there will be a change of the policy for agricultural extension worker.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Okay.
know that the problem is now there are several ministers using also agricultural extension.
Yes.
So yeah, we just hope because the agricultural minister also coming from South Sulawesi, we hope in the
Yeah,
future there will
I
be
hope.
more attention for because
Okay.
agricultural extension worker not only for agriculture but also for village in general to transform the village as well. Yes, thank you very much, Ibu Amana, for
Okay.
making
My pleasure.
Okay, thank you, Payani, for your raising the important topics here for these sessions. I think for the agricultural extension we have to discuss in more details with within the many stakeholders to develop like new ways of agricultural extension for especially for Indonesia or in Southeast Asia context. Okay, I think the time is up. So that is really interesting topics. Because both presentations highlight the important value for the community initiative. Modern tools in promoting rural transformations, while heritage of studies like already mentioned by Dr. Chumkran foster cultural pride, sustainable tourism, and also Bu Amana mentioned about digital agricultural platform, as a critical tools to transform the rural people, rural livelihoods, rural heritage, and so on and so forth. And this approach offer a model for resilience rural development, for that respect the cultural identity, but in the same time using the technological advancements, for the community. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you so much, Dr. Siti Amana and Dr. Korakit Chumkran, for your interesting topics, for your presentations, and then all audience, I think you can continue your research for the audience and then share knowledge within the conference. Thank you so much, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Give back to the MC. Giving back to the community or MC.
Okay, thank you very much to Dr. Alfian Helmi and also for Dr. Insinyur Siti Amana MSc and Dr. Koraki Chungran. The insightful speeches and the discussion are surely very interesting. And next, we will have a certificate handover to the moderator and keynote speaker by the chairman of RUSET 2024.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching a special part of today's event, the certificate presentation to our outstanding moderator and keynote speakers. Let us honor their dedication and effort in making today's event successful.
Indeed, it is with great appreciation that we acknowledge their invaluable contributions. To present the certificates, we would like to invite Dr. Iman Kasimanawi Reja, the chairperson of this event, to join us on the main screen.
Okay, thank you for the committee. Already spotlight to our keynote speakers, Dr. Iman and our moderator. So for the first, we would like to invite our keynote speakers, Dr. Insinyur Siti Amana, MSc, for taking the certificates. And we would like to give to Dr. Iman to give the certificates to our first keynote speaker, Dr. Insinyur Siti Amana, MSc.
Thank you very much, committee. It's my pleasure to give a certificate of appreciation, firstly to Siti Amana. Please receive our token of appreciation with the certificate.
Okay, thank you, Bapak Dr. Iman, for
Okay.
the certificate and opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Iman and Dr. Siti Amana. But before that, we would like to take some documentation first. So for the committee, please help us to take some documentations and it will be assisted by us. Okay, for the committee, ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Iman and Dr. Insinyur Siti Amanah MSc. So for the next, we would like to invite our second keynote speaker, Dr. Koraki Chungran, for taking the certificates, and we would like to let Dr. Iman to give the certificates to Dr. Koraki Chungran.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kodakit, for being our speakers here. And as a token appreciation for the committee, I would like to hand it over electronically, the certificate from you. I would happy if you were able to receive it later.
Yeah. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Iman and Dr. Chungran. So we would like to take some documentation again for the second keynote speaker. So the comments are you ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's all done. Thank you so much, Dr. Iman and Dr. Korakit Chungran.
And next, please join us in welcoming Dr. Alfian Helmi, today's moderator, to the main screen. Okay, and Dr. Iman, you may please hand over the certificate to Dr. Alfian Helmi.
Thank you, committee. Dr. Helmi Alvan would like to give you a token appreciation as being moderator for this last session. Would you like to have in just online?
Okay, no problem.
Okay, and we would also like to take documentation too. OC, please stand by. Committee? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Iman and Dr. Alfian Helmi.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Iman, for presenting the certificates. And congratulations to our moderator and keynote speakers for their outstanding roles today.
Let's give another round of applause for Dr. Insinyur Siti Amanah MSc, Dr. Koreki Cumran, and Dr. Alfian Helmi.
Okay, but before that, we would like to take a picture together, all of us, all the participants. So for all the participants, you kindly turn on your camera.
Okay, all participants, please turn on your camera so we could take pictures together.
Yeah.
We will wait for you so you can get ready to turn on your cameras. Or you can probably give some reactions.
Okay, are the committee ready? Okay, we already see how all the participants have such an enthusiasm of this event.
Let's go, let's go. Turn on your
Okay.
cameras.
Okay, are the committee ready?
Okay.
Okay, ready. So for the first slide, get ready for a picture. 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, for the next slide. 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's already done. Okay, thank you so much for the committee and all the participants. You can still turn on your camera. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now at one of the most exciting moments of our event, the awarding of the best presenter of this event. So, this award recognizes an individual who has excelled across all topics presented on this event.
Indeed, each presenter brought valuable insights, making the selection of one outstanding presenter a challenging task.
Yeah, so we are pleased to announce that the best award for best presenter
Goes to
Okay, we're still waiting. Who's going to be the best presenter?
You ready, Bill, to announce it?
Yeah, I am truly ready for announcing who's going to be the best presenter of this event.
Okay. Johanna
Gracia
Naomi!
Naomi!
Congratulations!
Okay, so we would like to invite Johanna Gracia Naomi. Please come to the screen to accept your award. Oh, okay. So Johanna Gracia Naomi would be able to stand with us today.
Okay, so, but our committee will still hand over the certificate to Johanna Gracia Naomi via chat. Okay. Okay. We would like to congratulate the best presenter once again. And also, we would like to say good job to all of the presenters for taking part in today's RUSET event and presenting your extraordinary presentations. And we deeply appreciate your hard work and contribution.
So let's give another round of applause for our best presenters. Your hard work has made this event truly special. Okay, so for the next agenda, to the all participants, we would like to remind you to fill out attendance form of this event. So you can fill the attendance form through the screen.
You can scan the barcode or you can type the link on the screen.
Yes.
And our committee has sent the chat to fill out your attendance form.
Okay, so we are about to waiting 2 minutes. So if you want to get some certificate, It's a mandatory to fill out the attendance form.
Yeah, so make sure to fill out your attendance form in order to receive your certificate, okay?
Yeah. Okay, so the next agenda is closing remarks from our chairman, RUSET 2024, to Dr. Iman Kasiman Nawireza. The time is yours.
Thank you very much, the committee. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, a good afternoon. As we end our RUSET conference, on behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to extend our gratitude to each of you for making this event a success. Over the past 2 days, insightful presentation, vibrant discussion, and valuable exchange have inspired us, enrich our knowledge, and foster new connections. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you a brief statistic of the conference. So far, we have 60 abstract and 40 full papers uploaded to our system, with 200 more attendees, both offline and online. We would like to thank you to all our speakers, panelists, and moderators for sharing their expertise and perspective. A special thank you to our sponsor and partner, whose support has been influential in in making this conference possible. And to the dedicated volunteer and our hardworking organizing team, your effort behind the screen have been exceptional. Thank you very much for your commitment to making this event a memorable experience for all. Finally, to our attendees, thank you very much for your active participation and for making this conference an engaging experience. We hope you live with new ideas, valuable connection, and renewed passion for the work that bring us together. We are set to close the door for the fifth RUSET, but we are happy to looking forward to seeing you in the future of Department of Communication and Community Development event. Until then, safe travel. Thank you once again for being part of RUSET. Goodbye and take care. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Iman Kasimanawiraja. Now, let's move on to the next agenda, which is the closing remarks from Head of Department of Communication and Community Development Department, Dr. Insinyur Ana Facia, MSc. To Dr. Ana, the time is yours.
Okay, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Distinguished speaker, especially Dr. Kurakit and Dr. Siti Amana as a speaker today, presenters, participants, and moderator, especially Dr. Alfian Helmi and organizing committee. As we reach the conclusion of the fourth International Conference on Rural Socio-economic Transformation, RUSET, we extend our heartfelt gratitude to each of you. Your invaluable insight, presentation, and engaged participants have greatly enriched our discussions and deepened our understanding of the pathways to rural socio-economic development. To our speakers and presenters, thank you for sharing your expertise, findings, and inspiring ideas. Your contributions have provided us with a broader perspective on the challenges and opportunities within rural socio-economic transformation. We also extend our sincere thanks to all participants for your active involvement and thoughtful discussion. Your enthusiasm and collaborative spirit have helped make this conference a true success. Lastly, a special thanks to the organizing committee whose hard work and dedication have made this event possible. Without your commitment, none of this would have been achievable. We hope this conference has provided each of you with valuable knowledge, meaningful connections, and inspiration to drive positive change in rural communities worldwide. Let us carry forward the insights gained here and continue working together to achieve sustainable and inclusive rural socio-economic transformation. Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you again at future RUSET events in the years to come. Thank you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Insinyur Anafacia, MSc, for the closing remarks. Unconsciously, now you're at the end of the agenda. We would like to kindly remind to all of you, to all the participants, to fill the attendance form. And we would like to say thank you very much to all the speakers, moderators, and participants for attending RUSET 2024. We hope you enjoyed today's event. Finally, I'm Bilal Maral Syafar.
And I am Konita Fania. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a great day, stay safe, and see you at RUSET 2025. Goodbye! Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for attending. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you have a great day. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Lots of we come these renegades in the rain. Well, the thoughts get found and the crown of the circus king.
Okay, thank you again for the
Only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding out, shining anything that you know. Just surrender, cause you're coming and you wanna go. Where it's covered in all color lights. Where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true. Intoxicating you. This is the greatest show. We light it up, we won't come down. And the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true. It's taking over you. This is the greatest show. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. It's everything you ever want. It's everything you ever need. And it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. This is where you wanna be. Where it's covered in all the color lights. Where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true.
This is for you.
What will you be doing?
Watching my girls grow up. The show must go on.